For purposes of discussion by Councilwoman Vella Wilkinson, second by Councilman Colantuono.
Mr. President, with
Yes.
regards to PCR 156-16, there was some significant information that the City Council requested 2 weeks ago with regards to the way the bid was presented to us. We were not provided with the individual tire costs for at least the 37 models of tires that the city knew that they were going to require. We did have the tire costs with regards to the police department's portion of the bid, but the Sullivan tire bid was only listed with regards to the percentage of what the tire cost was that was listed. It was a sizable document, and the expectation, at least as was communicated to the Finance Committee in committee, was that it would be up to the City Council members if they were going to be particularly interested in seeing what each of the tires cost to go through the sizable document. Now, the purchasing officer attempted to go through the 37 different types of tires into the document and found that there was several models of one type of tire. So she was really not successful in getting the information that we requested, although we requested it 2 weeks ago. I asked DPW if they had the opportunity to just contact Sullivan Tire with the original list of the 37 tires, with the understanding that there are additional tires that might need to be replaced, but they had 37 models of tires that they are standard for what DPW requires. And I was told no, they never contacted Sullivan. This goes to the same type of issue that the City Council had with regards to the high pursuit tires that are going to come in from Goodyear, although the bid said that they were not going to include the high pursuit, but the major said he would make sure that it takes place. I don't think that it is responsible for the City Council to be able to handle a bid without knowing what the full cost of the tires are. My suggestion would be to hold it, but I would yield to what the majority of the City Council chooses to do and request that we put it up for a bid. But I would like to make a motion to hold, please.
Councilman Lattiser.
Mr. President,
motion to hold, but let's hold for a moment. You have a question? What I'm going to ask the council, suspend the rules and have the director respond accordingly to any questions that you may have. Okay? Not
Great.
a problem?
Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Lattiser. Do you have a question of the director?
Mr. President, I don't have a specific question of the director. What I was going to say is that I'm not going to be able to vote in favor of this because 2 weeks ago, I just asked for a simple spreadsheet showing what the bid was from Sullivan Tire. In addition to that, during last council meeting, Major Nelson told us that the only company that provides pursuit-rated tires was Goodyear. And the Major said that again this evening. I asked him if that was the only company, and he said, I believe so. I don't know of another company. Councilman Colantuono, you're shaking your head. We can listen to the tape because that's what was said.
You're missing a big part of what he said. He said that was the tire that was tested by the national standard that Michigan or Minnesota did. That's the caveat he added on to that was the only tire.
But there is another pursuit-rated tire, which is
tested.
Firestone.
Not tested.
Why don't we get some clarification from the director?
Mr. President.
Right. Let's get some clarification. David, please.
Let's go back and forth.
Mr. President, I'm not here to speak on pursuit or non-pursuit tires because that's not my expertise. But while I'm up here, I will speak on tires in general. My staff has been before the City Council no less than 3 times to try and explain this bid and try to answer questions of council people. The fact is, we're required to go to bid. We did. We're required to review the bids and make a recommendation as council. That's what we've done. You only have 2 bidders in this on this particular bid. We don't dictate to the vendors on how to present their bid. We've never had a problem with this bid, and neither has this council. This council has voted on this same bid, the same way it comes in, year after year. Now, I'll stress again, if there are questions about a bid, and I'll direct this towards our new council members tonight, we're available more than just on the night of a council meeting. We can answer any question you want. Come on down. 925 Sandy Lane is where we are, and we'll be happy to go over any bid and answer any question you have. Doesn't need to be done just here on the council floor. We could avoid a lot of this. Fact of the matter is, this bid expires on December 31st. We experience flat tires almost every day of the week, especially with our sanitation fleet. If this bid expires and we don't have a bid in place, I don't think I have to tell you what I do with that truck with a flat tire. It sits until this council's ready to go ahead. So we've tried to answer the questions as best we can. We don't dictate again how they present their bid. We're satisfied the way they do the bid. At some point, I would ask that you put your trust in the people running these departments and doing these jobs every single day of the week, that they're going to do the right thing for the taxpayer. We live here, we pay taxes. Every day of the week we try and look out for the taxpayer. We do the right thing. So I think we've answered all the questions to the best of our ability, and that's all I can do. We did our job, and now I would ask the council to go ahead and do their job and vote on it, one way or the other. Thank you.
See, from the experiences that I've had for a lot of years, going out to bid and handling it with the appropriate department as well as purchasing, and coming in with the lowest responsible bidder, or if it's a service, the lowest responsible bidder for the service. We haven't had any difficulty. Now, Councilman Lattiser and others might be asking for additional information. By holding this, that's going to put your department behind the eight ball, because that means if we hold it till January 4th, you won't be able to audit subsequent to January 4th. So I think what has been given to us is typical, is normal, by all the years. The same thing with the police cars, but we're not going to get into that just now. So if you want to respond, if you want to hold, I'll tell you right now that in a motion to hold, I will vote against. But anybody want to speak? No? Okay. You want to move favorable action then? Councilwoman Bella-Wilkinson.
Mr. President, I'd like to hear from the council members on the motion to hold. I made a motion to hold.
Right. Yeah, you made a motion to hold for discussion purposes and you didn't get a second. Okay. We had a discussion. No one else want to comment? I just would suggest that somebody move it. No second on a motion to hold. You made a motion to hold for discussion purposes. I didn't get a second. Anyone?
Actually, Mr. President, I moved favorable action for the purpose of discussion.
Yes.
We had the discussion, and then I made a motion to hold. So if the motion fails for lack of a second, is that what we're saying is happening with this council? Then I'll move favorable action for the vote. Call the vote.
Okay.
I have a question.
Councilman Rowe.
Picozzi. Mr. Picozzi, you just said that if any council member has a question, we can go down to your department, look at documents, whatever we need to do.
Absolutely, go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. President, again, there's a motion to move favorable action.
Okay. PC 156-16 is removed for favorable action by Councilman Bella-Wilkinson, second by Councilman Catalano, Councilman Chardonnay, Councilwoman Usler. City Clerk will call the roll. Yes.
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 No.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Stands passed. Item 14, PCR 1.